Well, folks, it seems like the fate of America's attention span is hanging by a thread. The Supreme Court, in its infinite wisdom, has upheld a law that could potentially banish TikTok from the land of the free. This decision has split the nation in two, those who can finally hear their own thoughts again, and those desperately trying to learn the renegade before it's too late. The law in question, which sounds like it was named by a committee of overly cautious bureaucrats, is called the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act. Catchy, right? Basically, it demands that TikTok sever its ties with its Chinese parent company ByteDance by January 19, 2025. If not, well, let's just say it wouldn't be a good look for TikTok. This whole saga has been dragging on longer than a TikTok video of someone trying to make a perfect pancake. The law itself was signed by President Biden back in April 2024, after months of political grandstanding and fear-mongering about the app's potential security risks. Now, before you start stockpiling Charli D'Amelio videos for the impending TikTok apocalypse, there's a glimmer of hope, or at least something vaguely resembling hope, and that glimmer comes in the form of our newly elected president, the one and only Donald J. Trump. Now, I'm not one to spread conspiracy theories, but when the government starts talking about data security, I can't help but picture a bunch of squirrels trying to hack into my Roomba. But in the case of TikTok, the concerns, while perhaps slightly overblown, aren't entirely unfounded. The main issue revolves around TikTok's Chinese ownership. The fear, and it's a fear shared by many governments around the world, is that the Chinese government could potentially force ByteDance to hand over user data, effectively turning TikTok into a massive surveillance tool. It's like finding out your sassy best friend is actually a government informant. Of course, TikTok has repeatedly denied these allegations, claiming that they operate independently and that user data is stored securely outside of China. But try telling that to a government that's already convinced that every fortune cookie is a coded message from Beijing. This fear of Chinese tech isn't new. Remember Huawei? Yeah, the company that makes phones so good? The US government basically banned them out of fear they were too good? Well, TikTok is facing a similar predicament, so is TikTok a harmless platform for sharing dance videos and cat memes? Or is it a Trojan horse for Chinese espionage? Honestly, at this point, it's hard to say. But one thing's for sure, the US government isn't taking any chances. Enter Donald Trump, stage right, with his signature comb-over and a Twitter account that's somehow even more unhinged than usual. Now you might be thinking, John, what does a man who struggles to operate a toaster have to do with the fate of a multi-billion-dollar social media company? And to that I say, buckle up folks, because this is where things get really interesting. See, Trump, in a move that surprised absolutely no one, has decided to insert himself squarely into the middle of the TikTok drama. He's gone from threatening to ban the app to vowing to save it, all in the span of about 140 characters or less. It's like watching a tennis match played with a live grenade. His reasoning? Well, according to a recent tweet storm, he believes that TikTok is a very important platform for young people, and that banning it would be unfair to its users. Of course, he also couldn't resist taking a few jabs at Biden and the Democrats, accusing them of being anti-fun and out of touch. So, what's Trump's plan to save TikTok? Honestly, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. He's thrown out a few vague ideas like forcing ByteDance to sell a majority stake in TikTok to an American company, or even creating a new American-made version of the app. So, what does the future hold for TikTok? Will it survive the ban hammer, or will it become another casualty in the ongoing tech war between the US and China? The truth is, nobody knows for sure. If the ban does go into effect, it would be a massive blow to TikTok, which boasts over 1 billion users worldwide. It would also set a dangerous precedent, potentially opening the door for other foreign-owned tech companies to face similar restrictions. But even if TikTok manages to wiggle its way out of this mess, it's clear that the app's days of carefree dancing and viral challenges are numbered. The scrutiny from governments around the world is only going to intensify, and it's unlikely that TikTok will ever be able to shake off its reputation as a potential security risk. So buckle up, kids. The future of TikTok is about as certain as a Trump tweet storm, unpredictable, chaotic, and likely to leave a bad taste in your mouth.